Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 8, Episode 6.
Listen here, before we get into it, I want you to subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. We are trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I don't think y'all going to do it. I don't think y'all can help us. I feel like someone should take it upon themselves, take it personally. Like, oh, Chris don't think that we can do it. I'm going to get 400 subscribers.
All right.
Please do that for me, please. Thank you. You ready?
Yes.
Let's go.
So, we are at the pool with the ladies.
Yeah.
Where Nneka is saying how Wendy announced Lebe at her sippancy, but she's over here talking about that's my sister's friend.
Let's hurry up and move past this.
Yes. Wendy asked, well, were you there or were you in LA smoking crack?
Okay, Wendy.
I don't know what kind of get your gotchas Wendy thinks she's doing, but it's not hitting.
Let me just start with this because I'm looking at your notes. I'm honestly about to tell you start skipping some scenes because I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
But Wendy, you're too good for the show. Mm-hmm. And every time I see you on this show, I'm like, are you trying to fit in? Mm-hmm. Because you know how someone who don't do insults or don't talk a certain way, and then when they say it, it just comes off as if it's like, dude, you talk like this regularly?
Yeah.
And based off of what I see of Wendy outside of this show, right? Wendy, you're a credited person. Why are you trading insults in a way with people? And I'm not going to say that's below you, but it's below you. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To even like get in that type of sparring with people. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Continue, Blair.
Yeah. Well, Karen wants the group to get together and move on.
Please.
And Candiace, all the ladies are up dancing. Candiace checks on Nneka because she felt like Nneka really was upset when she was having this argument with Wendy and just wanted to make sure she was straight. Okay. Wendy kind of interrupts the conversation and tells Candiace, look, you could talk to her, be cool with her, whatever, but don't talk to her about me. Like, y'all do your own thing.
How do you feel about Candiace, who is Wendy's friend, going to check up on Nneka?
I feel fine about it.
Okay.
Even though Candiace and Wendy are friends I feel like they have more of an alliance in this group. Because I don't know how close of friends they really are.
Talk about Wendy and Candiace.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it doesn't seem to me like they're really like close like that. Like that's my girl for real. It's just like that's my really good coworker buddy.
Wait, you say at one point that Robyn and Candiace were more closer than Wendy and Candiace now?
It never seemed that way to me, but the way Candiace talks about Robyn, like that's her big sister and this admiration she has for Robyn, I feel like Candiace did feel closer to Robyn, even though I didn't see why. Mm-hmm. But to me, it did seem like she seemed closer to Robyn than she ever felt to Wendy, which was weird to me.
I feel like Wendy and not Wendy and Robyn. Wendy and Candiace have, even though they're cool, they don't have no problem with each other. Mm-hmm. But, they are the brown-skinned, dark-skinned women. Yeah. So we group y'all. We put y'all in a group. Mm-hmm. And y'all talk amongst yourselves. Uh-huh. You get what I'm saying? Continue. Yeah.
Well, the ladies are heading to dinner. Yeah. They're at dinner, having a good time, bonding over conversations about sex. Mm-hmm. And Nneka talks about how she's been trying to conceive. Okay. And she's hoping to be stress-free so she can go ahead and have these babies.
I hope so, too.
And she really wants to have twins.
I hope so, too, I guess.
Robyn invites everybody back to her room at the hotel for some girl time. And she says everybody's invited.
Yeah, everybody's invited. Yep.
Yeah. Well, everybody comes to the room, but Gizelle and Karen go ahead and head to bed.
Yeah, Gizelle. I heard Gizelle don't stay up past 8.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Candiace is in Robyn's room wearing her shoes.
Wearing her slides.
And Robyn is kind of annoyed by that. Like, you were over here talking mess about me, but you're over here wearing my shoes to be comfortable in my room. Candiace tells Robyn she wants to talk to her tomorrow because the night's winding down. And she said we really do need to have, like, a one-on-one conversation.
It's like flirting. It's like, it's kind of like... It's kind of like your girlfriend coming over to your house and she go in your closet and grab like your hoodie. Mm-hmm. She basically just went and grabbed, the slides and stuff like that. Like basically like, hey, this is a signal of like, I don't hate you. You know what I mean? I like you still, because my feet is in where your feet was. Our feet touching, you know what I mean? So it is. So, maybe they will talk, but.
I think that's really weird to Candiace. I mean, Candiace, I don't have a problem with Candiace, but Candiace does get online and talk her truth, which she sometimes gets very passionate and gets to calling people out their names and all types of stuff. Yeah. So I don't feel bad about Robyn being like, Candiace, we not that cool right now. Mm-hmm. Like you're doing a lot. Yeah. And I don't know why Candiace doesn't understand that.
I think Robyn was just like more like confused and annoyed, all the above. Yep.
Yeah. Well, Nneka is on the phone. This is one of the clips we see before the ladies start their day. Mm-hmm. And she tells her husband that Wendy said she was a crackhead. And he was basically like, you just got to ignore her. And I agree with that because that, I mean, I don't know if Nneka did crack or not, but I'm just like, don't address that. Move past it.
Yeah.
Gizelle, Ashley, and Robyn go to Ashley's room for breakfast. They found it odd how Candiace came to Robyn's room. And Gizelle doesn't know how Robyn let Candiace in her room, period. That's the type of stuff that annoys me, though. Because I'm like, Gizelle, you can't facilitate people being disjointed in this group. Like, we need the group to come together for the show. And if you're over here talking to Robyn or in Robyn's ear, like, I don't even know why you're talking to her. I don't know how you could let her in the room. We're trying to film a show in here, okay?
Was this the same scene where Gizelle apologized to Robyn?
Yeah, when she was like, you know, I left you out here with these people, and I'm supposed to be your friend and I should have stayed up with you.
She basically said, like, I wasn't a good best friend.
Yeah.
Because, I left you around with your enemies. You know, listen here. Gizelle, she is sowing seeds of discord amongst the group. I mean, but that's what she's supposed to do. She's a villain. You get what I'm saying? She may not be the best villain and things like that. Because I think when it comes to villains and things like that, we can at least see how it makes the show better. But I think Potomac is suffering at the moment.
Right.
And because people don't really understand, like, this doesn't have to be done. You know what I mean? Continue, though.
Yeah. Well, the rest of the ladies come in. The activity is for them to paint an interpretation of their coochies.
Weird.
And they end up not doing it because we need to get down to business. Okay?
Please.
Karen says, look, Ashley gave you the second penthouse to make sure you're okay because of what you're going through. And I will be the one to ask you, you only talk to certain people. And now that we got everybody here, how are you really doing? Robyn says, I really only speak to the people who reach out to me and see if I'm okay. And Candiace said, well, I reached out to you and you ignored me. And it's like, well, because Candiace, you've been online talking crap.
I'm about to say, was that like before or after?
I think it was during the whole thing.
Yeah, but that's my whole point. Like, did you reach out to me after you said everything online, or was it like before? And going back to Karen's point, just to disagree with Karen, I do not believe that Robyn sharing things in her life with certain people divides the group. That's what Gizelle does. Yeah, you get what I'm saying. But go ahead, continue. We're back here. Yeah, Candiace is just a little strange. It's just a little strange. That's all.
Candiace also seems to me like somebody, some of those people who always have something to say, always running their mouth, that they really don't remember what they say because they say so much. That's how it feels like to me with Candiace. Like, she talks so much crap that I think she forgets half the stuff she says. Anyway, Robyn says that I've gone through torture. If, I didn't tell my mom what happened, then why would I tell y'all?
That's facts to me.
She stands up. She said, y'all want to beat me up? Beat me up. What do you want to do? Do it to me. Robyn asked them to stop. Gizelle says, well, because he didn't hear our discussions doesn't mean that it didn't happen. And Robyn says, and Candiace asked Robyn, I mean, the girls sent you text messages of their conversations. Like, you never wanted to look at the text messages and see what was said, or like look at Juan's just to see if there was anything inappropriate going on. And Robyn says she didn't want to know. And Juan cleans his phone out like crazy. And
Gizelle was like, what?
And she didn't want to look to see what they were talking about.
Listen here, how did you feel about that scene with Robyn? Because we have a pro over here that watches Potomac.
It just makes Robyn looks dumb. It just really makes her look dumb. But like, if that's what she wants to do, that's her business. I mean, that's her relationship, fine. Yeah. But at the end of the day, if we're over here talking to you and trying to figure out what's going on, how are you doing, like what actually did happen, and you're like, I only know what he told me, even though you were given physical proof that you refused to look at. Then what is everybody else supposed to do? You want to be in denial.
I understand that. I just don't understand, as someone who watched only 2 seasons of the show, last season and this season, why everybody is so mad at Robyn for keeping things to herself.
And it's not so much that people are mad at Robyn for keeping things to herself. Robyn has held other people's feet to the fire and antagonized situations to the point where she's in the hot seat and she cannot take it.
Okay.
She can't take it. She's over here flailing her arms around, acting crazy, when people are literally just asking her questions. I mean, remember in the fight where Wendy got the water thrown on her? Yeah. Robyn was over here recording and laughing.
Yeah. So was some other people. But my whole point is, I understand that point. But I'm like, hey, first of all, Karen, me and you, first of all, not even on good terms, really. You over here gave me the analogy of the, you go keep a pie in the freezer and you go eat one pie and you go put whipped cream on the other. Like, I understand that. So I don't think that I think this whole situation is serious enough to where it's like, we need to hold your feet to the fire like you held other people's feet to the fire. But I do not think that by Robyn withholding that situation, that, this is why Chris and Candiace went through what they went through. I do not believe that one bit. I don't believe that one bit.
Well, the thing is, Gizelle in the past has had meetings with certain people of the cast to where they've come up with storylines of who they're going to go after each season.
I understand that.
And
so hold on. So do you believe that in one of these meetings that she said this season we gonna go after Chris and Candiace?
Yeah.
I can't bring my mind to that.
Well, I don't know if you remember when Monique was on, but she had this season where she was saying she was going to go after Monique and talking about how her baby wasn't her husband's baby.
I wasn't there for the Monique prime.
Yeah, so I'm just saying it's not far-fetched.
It's not far-fetched, okay.
For Gizelle to say, well, we're going to focus on this, and to where in her mind, maybe she knows Robyn's having a hard time going through something, and she's like, so we can kind of defer or deter from what's going on over here, like a magic trick with our hands.
Maybe.
Anyway, so the activity's over because nobody was trying to play. And Ashley says we're going to do 2 separate activities today. Some people are going to go look at cowboy boots, and some people are going to go to a distillery.
Yeah.
So, Robyn, Nneka, and Gizelle are at the boot shop. Yep. And Nneka's talking about how her and Ike are going to be doing their Nigerian wedding. And she doesn't really know. Well, Robyn doesn't know why it's a heated issue between her and the group. She says, she feels like she's being open. And Nneka tells Robyn, I feel like you've been open to me. Like, you're a transparent person in my eyes. Nneka, you do not know Robyn.
Hey, listen here. I know her because I sat down, and me and Robyn had a one-on-one. That's how Nneka feels. Listen here. I may be on the wrong side of history, but listen here. I'm like Mia. When Karen was upstairs in that last scene talking about, like, you did this and you put this behind the paywall and things like that, me like, well, you should pay for it then. That's how I feel. I just feel like, hey, let's get more Juan in these scenes with Robyn so they can talk about it than besides us talking about how they didn't talk about it.
Okay.
That's just how I feel, but continue.
Yeah. Well, Karen, Mia, Candiace, and Wendy are in a car together. Yeah. And Karen was like, you could hear in Robyn's voice how much she loves that man.
How much she loves her husband?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Wendy says she don't care. If she want to be with him, if he cheating on her, whatever the hell they got going on, oh well.
Exactly. Exactly.
The ladies arrive to the distillery. There's a bit of confusion. Some people think they're going to get some beers. That's a brewery.
Yeah, that's
and some people they're going to get some wine. This is not a winery.
No.
This is a distillery.
Yeah.
So they try 150.
Whiskey.
Yeah, they try some 150 proof whiskey, and then after that, the ladies go to sit down to grab a bite to eat.
Yeah.
Mia asks about the shrine situation, and Wendy explains that Catholics have shrines. They pray to their saints, and it's not a negative thing.
Well, first of all, at first they was eating and they saw a black bird.
Yeah.
And Wendy and Mia said, "Oh, is that your mom?" She said that jokingly. And that what brought about this conversation right over here.
Yeah.
And things like that. Continue.
Yeah. Wendy said the conversation has been triggering for her because just growing up in America as a Nigerian person, she's been misunderstood.
Yeah.
And her mom is a single mother and has sacrificed so much for them. And it really hurts her feelings for people to talk that negatively about her mom.
Yeah.
And she's protective of her mom.
Yeah.
And this is what I got to say to Wendy about her mom.
Uh-oh.
Your mom needs to not fight your battles then. If she's in battle, something might get said. If she's over here talking and telling people she's praying and putting things on shrines, then she is involved in a conversation with the women on the show and she might get brought up.
Yeah.
So you can be upset at all these people all you want, but your mom is putting herself right in the line of fire.
Truth be told, don't listen here. We love to make our mothers look like saints. But at the same time, look, as far as I know, only one person between y'all two got a contract to be on this show. Mm-hmm. And guess what? If anything that's going on with this show, Wendy, only you could do it. You could talk to your mom and be like, hey, Mom, I love you. Thank you for defending me, but I'm not a little girl. Mm-hmm. I'm grown and things like that. Because what's going to happen is you're going to have me or somebody say, is that your mom? Uh-huh. Talk about Blackbird. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And granted, I understand that. And my whole thing is I am not a fan of all these people quote unquote crying on national television and things like that, making themselves seem like saints, making their family seem like saints. We're literally in the first scene you just said, was this when you were smoking crack? So your tears really don't really mean nothing to me because you just literally just allege somebody of doing drugs. Yeah. Of crack. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Black woman to black woman.
And it really annoys me when people can't admit the faults of their parents. Nobody's perfect, okay?
And I'm not even saying crucify your mom.
But you could at least say, like, Nneka, my mom said that about you. I'm gonna talk to her.
Something
you could
like
even
that.
apologize for her and be like, I don't know why she over here talking about shrines and stuff. Let me smooth things over. We don't mean no harm.
Yeah.
We're good people. You know?
Something like that. And listen, and with Mia, she could have just said, hey, don't talk about my mama. That's it. You ain't got to cry at the table eating your food and stuff like that. Continue.
And then with Mia, it's so much stuff to get back at her about. Like, I wouldn't take nothing Mia says seriously.
Yeah, continue.
Anyway, so all the ladies come together, meet up to eat. And Nneka is talking about getting married in her village, how it's important because her husband is a chief, and how some people actually purchased the name. He got it by birth. And then they talk about the blue checks on Twitter. Uh-oh. We find out Karen and Mia have bought their blue checks. Yeah. And Karen, she is really confused because she does not understand what this is mean buying blue checks.
She faking.
The people love me on Twitter. That's why I have a blue check.
No.
So we look at her receipts and she purchased it.
Of course.
Now Mia's over here laughing in the corner. I don't know why Mia's laughing because she bought hers as well. But hey.
But Mia's laughing because she ain't the one who said I didn't buy it.
Yeah, that's true.
Karen's the one that says that she didn't buy it and that it's a mistake. Mm-hmm. So, and I'm like, no, it's not, Karen. You know you brought that blue check. You know you brought the subscription. Continue.
Yeah, well, Mia asked Ashley about her divorce. Yeah. Ashley says that she's still getting a divorce. She would like Michael to have the kids every other weekend. Uh-huh. And then Mia asked about the lawsuit with Michael and Candiace. Candiace says she's not going to speak about it. And then Robyn says, well, can we have a list of what we can or can't talk about in the group? Candiace says, can we be dense a different day?
Whoa, I thought you liked me. I thought your feet was on my feet inside the shoes.
And Candiace was like, and also you talked about Juan's lawsuit, which I really don't think was a big help to him. And Wendy talks about how it was a Title IX violation. Yeah. Robyn tries to clear it up. And she says that it was not that. Y'all think y'all so smart. Y'all know everything, but y'all don't know.
See, the thing about Robyn is she just don't seem believable. Mm-hmm. Even when she explaining it, like, if Robyn can say 2 sentences, and I'm like, I don't believe nothing this woman's saying.
I think it's because she gets so emotional and worked up. But maybe it is an emotional conversation. I don't know.
Like, but she wasn't crying. It was just more like whenever you start saying things like y'all don't know what y'all talking about. It's like
y'all don't know.
It just seems like okay. I can't believe someone who ends their statements with that. Mm-hmm. Or like when you say things like the state of Maryland is defending Juan. If he was guilty, you think they would? I'm just like I'm like those are not like believable. Those not believable statements that people say. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, and it's just it's so many things as well as like we hear things about she not checking the DMs, and then on top of that we talk about text messages and things like that, and they was like, hey, they're like, you see the text messages? You see the thing about Juan is he clears his phone every Monday. And
he's just weird like that.
And I'm just like
he's a crazy guy.
Even if I wanted to believe her, I'm like, I can't. You ain't giving me nothing to believe yet.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? It just don't come off that way. Continue.
Yeah. Candiace doesn't understand Robyn's energy towards her. I don't know why. The ladies get changed and head to Chicken-ish Bingo.
Yeah.
Robyn is not interested in a convo with Candiace.
Yeah.
Candiace doesn't think it's smart to talk about any legal conversations.
That's facts.
Robyn starts crying and says people don't know what they're talking about. She said, y'all trying to turn me into a villain, but I didn't do anything to y'all, and it has been torture.
Now listen here. She started crying in the car. Now this is what I don't understand. When Robyn start crying, Candiace like, oh girl, please don't start. I ain't got no tissue. Mm-hmm. As if like y'all all about to cry in the car together. Everybody turned to the back to assist Robyn to make sure that she's okay. Wendy turned her neck back there. Everybody be like, hey girl, don't start. Please don't start. Mm-hmm. And here's my thing about it. Robyn, to a certain point, I can see where you're coming from. How do you get cheated on? How do you allege that these things happen? How do you get cheated on? How do your husband get alleged of these things happening at his workplace and things like that? And yet you getting yelled at your workplace. Mm-hmm. I can see like, okay, you're not the villain. But like Blair said, based on the history of this show, you may not have initiated the stoning, but you threw some rocks at other people. You get what I'm saying? And you may think, oh, I didn't initiate it. But if you participated in it, that's all people doing now with you. Mm-hmm. They just participating in your stoning. That's all they doing. Mm-hmm. You know, so I don't think Robyn should be crying the way she is. It doesn't help with the stories. It doesn't help with to come off as believable to me. Mm-hmm. What did you think so far about this episode? Because I think we left on it to be continued.
Yeah, I'm happy that we're moving away from this story with Nneka and Wendy. I'm so over that. And I'm getting into the Robyn situation more. Good to hear. But
are we though?
Well, I don't know why, but maybe I needed to see her emotions. Because
you want to see her hurt?
I don't want to see her hurt, but I wanted to see that she cared or there was some type of emotion behind what's going on. I mean, she's making it seem like nobody did anything wrong. The whole world is crazy and all this type of stuff. But it's just like, this is a lot that's going on, Robyn. Like, it's okay. Like, I think what we're missing with her is authenticity. You know? Her and Juan talking about they don't care about nothing. Like, it's not real. And that makes the show stale. So I think we needed to see some real emotion. So.
I think Robyn is the least of y'all worries with this franchise. Cause Robyn's the only thing that got anything going on for this story. Other than that, what other storyline we got to go off? We tried the whole Wendy and nneka thing.
Yeah, it was boring.
Y'all are on a dangerous path right now, Potomac. I told y'all this last episode. This about to be Real Housewives of Atlanta. I thought the season was over. You get what I'm saying? Y'all need something to talk about. Y'all need. Okay, we're not gonna talk about the lawsuits. Okay, it's not smart to talk about the lawsuits. 100%. Then what we gonna talk about? Oh, we gonna talk about Juan and Robyn. What do we have left? And then on top of that, y'all need to film together too. It was too many scenes where you got this group and that group. Like, why? How come everybody not in the car?
Yeah.
Get a Sprinter van and put everybody in the van. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Let everybody see Robyn cry. And my whole thing is, hopefully those women console her, because I think it was Mia, Wendy, and Candiace in that truck.
Yeah.
I hope they console her, right? And then when they console her, I want to see how Wendy treats them. I want to see how Robyn treats them. Will she be there for them? Because you know, in this season, Wendy's gonna yell at somebody, Candiace gonna read somebody and things like that. Mia probably gonna try to fight somebody. You get what I'm saying? So I want to know, will Robyn hold her phone up again? Or will she be like, they were there for me in that truck, I'm gonna be there for them? We gonna see. Anything else?
That's it.
Y'all be good.
Bye.